Have you been wearing the same glasses for 10 years just because you don't know what else would work? If so, you're not alone, and it's not your fault. For so many women over 50, shopping for new frames feels overwhelming. What's too trendy? What's too plain? What still feels like you? But here's what most people don't tell you. Your glasses aren't just for reading menus or watching TV. They're one of the first things people notice about you, and they have the power to lift your entire look and reflect your inner confidence. You deserve more than just functional frames. Your glasses should reflect your spirit, not just help you read the fine print on your pill bottle. I'm Robert, 72, and I've spent the last 15 years helping remarkable women rediscover themselves, starting right at the bridge of their nose. Now let's start with something no one talks about. Why glasses actually matter more after 50. Why glasses matter more after 50? Let me tell you about Susan, a dear friend of mine. She's 67, sharp as a tack, and has this warm smile that lights up a room. But for years, she wore the same outdated glasses, thick black frames that covered half her face. One day over coffee, I gently asked her, "Have you ever thought about switching them up?" She laughed and said, "I wouldn't even know where to start." A few weeks later, we visited an eyewear shop together. We found a pair of soft bronze frames that complemented her hair color and cheekbones beautifully. The moment she looked in the mirror, her whole posture changed. "I look softer," she whispered, and she did. Not younger, necessarily, just more herself. Here's the thing, after 50, your face begins to change in subtle, beautiful ways. Skin softens, angles blur a little, and your coloring might shift as your hair grays or lightens. That's not something to hide. It's something to work with. Your glasses, believe it or not, are one of the first things people notice about you. They sit right in the center of your face. So while you might think of them as something purely functional, they're actually doing a lot of talking before you say a word. That's why choosing the right frames after 50 matters more than ever. You want something that supports your features, not overwhelms them. The wrong pair can make your face disappear. But the right pair, it brings everything forward. Your warmth, your style, your personality. Think of your glasses like lipstick for your eyes. The right shade can wake up your whole face, even on a makeup-free day. And let's be honest, you've evolved over the years. Your style has too. You wouldn't wear the same blouse you wore in 1985, right? Well, unless it's back in style. So why settle for glasses that don't match who you are now? So tell me, when was the last time you really looked at yourself in a new pair of frames? Drop me a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Now let's talk about something that trips up almost everyone: face shape. You've probably heard things like, if you have a round face, wear square glasses, or heart-shaped faces need cat eye frames. Sounds simple, right? Well, not exactly. Here's the truth. Most people don't fit neatly into one category. I've met women who've been told they have an oval face, only to later discover they've also got a strong jawline or high cheekbones that shift the equation. And that's perfectly normal. You're not a math problem. You're a masterpiece. Many of these so-called rules are helpful as a starting point, but they're not gospel. In fact, the best advice I ever received during my time working in image consulting was this: instead of always going against your face shape, sometimes it's better to mimic it. If your face has gentle curves, choosing a frame with softer lines can create a more balanced, natural look. If your features are a little more angular, a bolder or more structured frame might just highlight them in a flattering way. There's no one-size-fits-all here. Because you're not one-size-fits-anything. You're unique. And that's something worth celebrating. If you're not sure what your face shape is, don't worry. You don't need a professional stylist to figure it out. Grab a mirror, stand in natural light, pull your hair back, and take a good look. You can even trace the outline of your face on the mirror with a dry erase marker, or browse a few face shape charts on Pinterest. They're surprisingly helpful. But here's my favorite method. Take a selfie. No makeup, no filters, just you in daylight. Then study it like you would an old photo of a loved one. What stands out? Your jawline, your cheeks, your forehead. Don't try to label it right away. Just see yourself. Understanding your shape isn't about fitting into a box. It's about recognizing what makes your face yours and finding glasses that bring those features forward instead of hiding them. So, what do you think your face shape is? Or better yet, what feeling do you want your frames to give off? Drop a comment below. I'm always curious to hear how people describe themselves beyond just round or square. Here's something most people don't think about when buying glasses. Color. Not just the color of the lenses or the case, but the actual frame. Believe it or not, choosing the right frame color is like finding the perfect lipstick. It doesn't shout for attention, but somehow it makes your whole face light up. Now, before you start worrying about whether you've got a cool or warm undertone, let me make it simple. If you look better in silver jewelry, you likely have cool undertones. If gold makes you glow, you probably lean warm. And if you look great in both, lucky you, you're likely neutral. Still not sure? Take a peek at the veins on your wrist. If they look blue, that leans cool. If they appear more greenish, you're probably warm. And if you're somewhere in between, again, you're that lovely neutral category. Here's where it gets fun. If you have cool undertones, try frames in colors like rose, plum, soft gray, or even icy blue. These shades can brighten your skin and bring out the pinks and natural blush tones in your face. For warm tones, earthy hues like tortoiseshell, warm browns, olive green, or gold-toned metals can add warmth and richness. Neutrals. You get to play on both sides of the color playground. Soft taupe, blush, navy, and classic black all work well. And if your hair has changed, whether it's a lovely shade of silver, salt and pepper, or that soft champagne blonde, you might need to adjust your palette. What worked 10 years ago might not bring the same spark today. That's not a bad thing. It's just evolution. I once had a client named Linda who wore jet black frames for decades. But after her hair turned silver, those frames started looking too harsh. We tried a pair in soft plum, and suddenly she looked refreshed, like she'd just come back from a spa weekend. Her words, not mine. Color isn't just decoration. It can lift your whole look or drag it down. So ask yourself, do your current frames brighten your face or wash it out? Try standing by a window and seeing how your glasses play with the light. Then come back and let me know, what colors have you tried? Let me ask you something. Are you bold and modern, or classic and understated? Or maybe you're a little bit of both, like a jazz tune with a country twang. Whatever your style, your glasses should feel like you, not like something you were talked into by a pushy salesperson at the mall. By now you've earned the right to wear whatever makes you feel good. You've lived, loved, and learned. Your glasses should reflect that. They're not just for reading menus or checking the thermostat. They're a part of your personality. I've seen all kinds of women light up when they find the right frame. There was June, a 74-year-old painter who picked colorful, artsy glasses that looked like they belonged in a gallery, and somehow they did. Then there was Ellen, quiet and elegant, who chose delicate wire rims with a soft gold finish. They didn't scream for attention, but they whispered sophistication. You might be the kind of woman who's always on the go. Someone who needs something practical, sturdy, but still stylish. Or maybe you love a bit of flair, a pop of red, a playful cat eye, a bit of sparkle on the temple. Why not? It's not about trends, it's about truth. Your truth. And if your frames make you smile when you catch your reflection, then you've chosen well. So think about it. What do your current glasses say about you? And more importantly, are they saying what you want them to? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what your style says about who you are today. Now here's something I've learned the hard way. No matter how beautiful a pair of glasses looks, if it pinches your nose or digs behind your ears, you'll stop wearing them faster than leftover meatloaf. Fit matters a lot, 'cause confidence starts with comfort. When you're constantly pushing your glasses back up your nose or taking them off to rub your temples, you're not thinking about how great you look. You're just uncomfortable. And let's be honest, after 50, we're not in the mood to fuss with things that don't work. Here's what to look for. Your frames shouldn't rest on your cheeks or leave marks on the sides of your nose. They shouldn't slip down when you talk or smile. And if you've got to keep taking breaks from wearing them, that's a red flag. I had a friend, Harold, who picked a pair of sharp-looking tortoiseshell frames because he saw them on a model in a magazine. Problem was, that model had a completely different head shape. Harold spent more time adjusting them than actually using them. Eventually, he went back to his old pair, which didn't look half as nice, but at least didn't give him headaches. So here's my advice. When you're trying on glasses, don't just glance in the mirror. Walk around the store, talk, laugh, tilt your head. See how they feel after a few minutes. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Have you ever had a pair of glasses that looked great but were a nightmare to wear? I'd love to hear about it. Maybe we can save someone else from the same mistake. You wouldn't wear the same shoes to a wedding and to the beach, would you? Glasses are kind of the same. One pair might be practical, but two or three. That's when the fun begins. Now, I know what you're thinking. Glasses are expensive, and you're right. But these days, there are more options than ever. Many stores offer buy one, get one deals, especially for seniors. And if you plan ahead, you can often find stylish, affordable frames that don't break the bank. Having a second or third pair doesn't mean you're being fancy. It means you're being prepared. Maybe you have a lightweight pair for reading at home, a bold pair for special occasions, and a neutral one that goes with everything. It's not indulgent, it's smart. I had a neighbor, Carol, who kept losing her glasses because she only had one pair. Once she finally bought a backup, she stopped losing both. Go figure. But more importantly, having more than one pair lets you match your glasses to your mood, your outfit, or the setting you're in. It gives you options. And when you have options, you feel more in control and more yourself. So here's a little challenge. If you've only got one pair of glasses right now, imagine what a second pair could look like. Would it be brighter, softer, more adventurous? Then go find a deal, try something new, and let your style speak up a little louder. Let me know below. Do you own more than one pair? Or is it time for a little upgrade? Here's something I didn't appreciate until later in life. Sunglasses are not just for the beach or Hollywood movie stars. They're one of the best anti-aging tools you can own. And no, I'm not kidding. My wife Margaret didn't start wearing sunglasses regularly until her mid-60s. "What do I need those for?" she'd say, waving them off like they were a fashion gimmick. Fast forward a few years, and now she swears by them. "These are my crow's feet prevention," she laughs. And honestly, she's onto something. Protecting your eyes from UV rays helps prevent fine lines, sunspots, and that constant squinting that leads to wrinkles. Plus, your eyes feel less strained and dry, especially if you spend time driving or walking outdoors. And the best part, sunglasses can look incredible. A pair of lightweight, well-fitted frames in a flattering shape can elevate your whole outfit. You don't need oversized Hollywood glam. Unless that's your thing, then go for it. Even a simple pair in soft brown or light gray can add polish without overpowering your face. One tip, just make sure they fit well, especially around the nose and ears. And if you wear prescription lenses, consider getting a second pair with transition lenses or full tint. So tell me, do you wear sunglasses regularly, or are they still sitting in your glove box gathering dust? If you've got a favorite pair, I'd love to hear what they are. And if you're shopping for your first stylish pair, let me know. Maybe I can help you choose. All right, let's wrap up with some real talk. The mistakes I see over and over again. And hey, no judgment here. We've all been there. First, one of the biggest ones. Wearing glasses that are too small or too large for your face. If the frames are pinching your temples or slipping down your nose every 5 minutes, that's not a good fit. That's a daily annoyance. And if they're so big they make your features disappear, it's time to scale back. Another one. Forgetting about how your hair color affects your frame choice. I once had a client with beautiful silver hair who kept wearing harsh jet black frames. The contrast was so strong, it made her skin look pale and tired. We swapped them out for a soft slate blue, and suddenly she looked 10 years lighter. Not younger, just brighter. And please don't let someone in a store talk you into a style that doesn't feel like you. Just because it's trendy or on sale doesn't mean it belongs on your face. Trust your gut. If you feel unsure, it's probably not the right pair. Here's the bottom line. You're not too old to try something new. You're just too wise to settle for something that doesn't suit you. So what's one glasses mistake you've made before? We've all got one. Share it in the comments. Maybe your story will save someone else a headache. Or a pair of unused frames in the junk drawer. Your eyes tell your story. Every smile, every memory, every moment you've seen and lived through. Let your glasses frame that story with style and grace. So tell me below, what's your current go-to frame style? Are you thinking about changing it up? I'd love to hear what makes you feel most like you these days. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a fabulous woman in your life who deserves to feel confident every time she looks in the mirror. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.